2024 AT&T Slam Dunk champ is McClung.
So it's back-to-back for Mac in the dunk contest, and they're standing amongst the legendary Dr. J. Always a great night on All-Star Weekend. McClung of the Osceola Magic going up against some of the NBA's best, and again, walking away a winner at the dunk contest. Reaction to the night alongside our NBA insider, Bill Reiter. Bill, we've got some things to dive into here, maybe some troubleshooting, but let's start with your moment of the night. What stole the show for you here at night one of All-Star Weekend?
Well, Joe, if I'm going to be candid with you, and you know what, I'm going to be candid with you, there wasn't a lot of theft going. There wasn't a lot of competition for that answer. I thought Steph versus Sabrina was incredible. I thought it was riveting. I thought it was joyous. I thought it was fun. I thought it was everything Saturday night is supposed to be. I'm not sure all the events hit those notes for me and everybody else, but I thought that special WNBA versus NBA Superstar three-point contest was everything and more. It lived up to the hype. That's hard to do, and that was the highlight of the night and the weekend so far for me.
Yeah, it felt like an event with plenty of runway out in front of it as well, which I don't think can be said for maybe our hallmark events. I don't want to get too critical here, but I'm going to put the thankless task in front of you. Fix the dunk contest for us.
I'll get critical because the dunk – look, I'm with the people on the internet, the people in the building, at least one of the two judges. I don't know if it was Kenny or Reggie, who literally booed the event as the live commentators. It left a lot to be desired. Now, the winner I thought had some really good dunks, but the way that you fixed it, Joe, I think it's one of two things. It's drastic, and I'm not sure how you do the first of my two suggestions. Suggestion number one, you have to incentivize/force, and that means talk to the CBA, about having superstars compete again like they did when I was younger, when I was a kid. Or two, you have to scrap the event or totally reimagine it. I think Steph versus Sabrina could have been and should have been the final event because it was the biggest event, and we'll see if that really carries that same weight in the years ahead. But I think Caitlin Clark's going to come into the WNBA, so I'm just making Caitlin Clark versus Damian Lillard next year. Whatever would be down the road would be a better event to me than the dunk contest if you can't get actual top level, the best dunkers in the NBA to compete in the contest, which we have not had for a while.
I will vote for any of those solutions that you present because anything moving from here, hopefully moving forward, is a step that it feels like the event needs to take. Somewhere living between the two, and you allude to Dame Lillard there a moment ago, is the three-point contest back-to-back for Dame. Respectable, no less, when you look at the list of names that have done that. I know there's a repeatability to this series of events, and watching a guy clear a rack is watching a guy clear a rack, but to see if Dame done this back-to-back seasons, Bill, there has to be an entertainment factor. Take me to the players' side here. From the guys that you talk to, there's still a desire to call yourself a dunk contest champion or a three-point contest champion back-to-back, no less. Is there not?
Yeah, it matters. Well, look, it matters, I think, more in the three-point contest, as you see by the number of guys who are willing to actually come out and compete. And let me walk back, maybe not walk back the negativity, but add some nuance to what was a night with a whole bunch of events. I thought the three-point contest was somewhere between fine and really, really good. Almost great. It was entertaining. We had, what, a four-way tie at 26 points in the first round. So you got to have like an extra overtime kind of thing they did. As you noted, Damian Lillard was able to not just repeat and hold on to that championship, but he had to get really hot at the end. So it was a good contest. And I think for whatever reason, and we could get into it in a longer conversation, I would say LeBron not doing the dunk contest led to this. You don't have stars who want to compete in the dunk contest. It's not important enough for them to be in it. Maybe they're worried they'll get embarrassed. But I think you're right on the three-point contest, and that guys want to win it. It matters. It's important. You're right. There's a buzz around it. And maybe some of that is because 20 years ago, three-point shooting didn't define the game the way that it does now. Dunking the basketball did. It is a shooters league now. It is a three-point league now. And maybe that's part of the reason that contest, even though it's earlier in the night than the dunk contest, I think does hold a lot more sway with the players and with fans.
Bill, we appreciate you adding nuance to some moments that maybe lacked it, let's say. I got one more for you here because it's something that took me by surprise. Saw it earlier in the week, some pictures of the LED court, and I sort of scratched my head at it. You saw it in real time here. I mean, Adam Silver in the league, they do nothing by accident. What were they maybe trying to accomplish tonight, beta testing that court? Something we see in the future?
Yeah, Joe, I'm a traditionalist. I'm still mad about the DH in baseball, so this isn't a place where I should be happy. I was hyper skeptical of the floor, and it was incredible. I loved it. We all saw it. It was really great. Now, what I will be interested in is hearing players talk about, especially after the game, whether it's slippery, and just because you saw Jaylen Brown slip at one moment in the dunk contest. who knows if it was the floor or not? I think that's an interesting question. But assuming the floor plays the same way that a normal floor does, you're 100% right. Adam Silver is very forward-thinking. In his press conference before the events on Saturday night, he talked about technology and technologists in the NBA and how they're really important to the growth of the sport. So he is particularly, which means the league is particularly interested in all of these innovations that can make the game more interesting, flashier, cooler, sexier, younger, all of those things. And I'm with you. I like the floor. It looked great. You're right. If it works, they're beta testing. If they like it, if it doesn't impact the actual competition, this is a thing of the future, I think.
Just as long as they get the parquet right in LED in Boston. Bill Reiter, plenty more to come this weekend. Appreciate you, pal.